Okay, good afternoon and welcome to the presentation of the master's degree in biochemistry program, which is run by the Department of Biochemical Sciences in Sapienza University and managed by two faculties, the Pharmacy and Medicine faculty and the Sciences faculty. So first of all, I want to make clear that this is a degree which is perfectly equivalent to a biotechnology degree, in particular to the medical, pharmaceutical, and veterinary biotechnology degrees. So I'm saying that because I guess you are concerned about work opportunities. Okay, so first of all, what is biochemistry? Well, I think that you all have quite a precise idea of what biochemistry is. I'm talking about the students, because you had to take a mandatory exam in biochemistry. However, we can give a very simple definition of biochemistry as the chemistry of living beings. Biochemistry studies all aspects concerning chemical reactions taking place in living organisms. I'm thinking about metabolism, but it also deals with the structure and function of macromolecules, proteins, nucleic acids, etc., and the way they interact with each other and with all other cellular components. But I would like to focus the students' attention on the fact that biochemistry is actually much more than what you have been studying so far, because biochemistry plays a central role in many other disciplines, like pharmacology, physiology, cell biology, microbiology, and so on. And therefore, it is also very important in applied research and in all kinds of biotechnologies that you can see written here, like industrial, medical, environmental, agro-industrial, food, biotechnologies, and so on. This is the reason why biochemistry plays a central role in basic and applied research. So we could define biochemistry as a particular approach, really. I mean, as a multidisciplinary and chemical and molecular approach to the study of biological processes and also to the development of biotechnology. Let's think about all the very trendy fields of science that we have nowadays, like drug discovery in medicine, like diagnostics, cancer, but also nutrition, nanotechnology, sustainable agriculture, and even environmental remediation. And you will see later on in this presentation that this multidisciplinary approach of biochemistry is what has inspired the design of this master's degree program here in Sapienza. So why did we decide to establish a master's degree in biochemistry? Well, first of all, because a lot of students asked us whether there was a biochemistry degree in Italy, and this was absent until last year. And of course, the students which are interested in our master's degree program are those who liked biochemistry in their bachelor degree, and those who really want to deepen their knowledge in biochemistry. But above all, I think these students are interested in following a biochemical approach to the study of biology and biotechnologies. So our aim was to establish a program in order to create a new professional figure here in Italy, that is the professional figure of the biochemistry that is actually already worldwide very valued and recognized abroad, especially in Anglo-Saxon countries. In fact, there are biochemistry programs in a lot of different countries. They've been established many years ago. Let's think about United States or United Kingdom. But so far in Italy, there were no degree programs. So this is the first one, really, in this country. So let's have a look at the educational path of our program here in Sapienza University. So this is the start, the first semester. We have 3 basic exams bioorganic chemistry, which deals with the mechanism of the reactions taking place in the cells, and also with a mechanism of catalysis of all the enzymes that catalyze such reactions in the metabolism. Then we have cellular biochemistry, which is also divided into modules: cell structure and metabolism, and cell molecular biology. This is made of 12 credits, so it is quite a large exam that is really very important to form the basis of the biochemistry. I cannot really go too much into the details because otherwise I'll be too long, but you will find everything on the website. Then we have the structure and function of macromolecules. This is an exam in which the students will learn all the biophysical methods which are at the basis of the characterization, the structural and functional characterization of macromolecules, especially proteins. And they will learn how to use all these methodologies to study structure and function of proteins. And at this point, we have two exams which are an extension of the basis, of the biochemistry basis. The first one is microorganism and plant biochemistry. That deals with all the reactions that take place in microorganisms and plants, which students usually do not study during the bachelor degree. And they are very important for biotechnologies that they will learn afterward. So 2 modules: microorganism biochemistry and physiology, and plant biochemistry and physiology. In the second semester, students will study physiopathology and pharmacology. And then bioinformatics and data handling. So the bioinformatics is about all the basic computational methods that are used for the study of protein structures and sequences and so on. But students will also learn how to handle data, which is really very important for a biochemist. And then we have an exam of biochemical methodologies. This has to do with all the main methodologies that biochemists use in the lab. So the protein purification and characterization, for instance, but also the molecular biology techniques, like real-time PCR and purification and characterization of nucleic acids and so on. Okay, so at this point, we have 2 very important biotechnology exams. Biochemical biotechnologies 1 in this semester, and then in the next semester, so the first semester of the second year, biochemical biotechnologies 2. So the first one is about microbial biotechnologies and their industrial applications, and also about applied biochemistry. What is applied biochemistry? It has to do with expression of recombinant proteins, use of enzymes in biotechnologies, and all different applications of enzymes. At this point, all students will have to take an experience that we called laboratory rotation, 3 credits, in which they will basically attend 3 different laboratories that they will be able to choose within quite a large panels of different laboratories here in Sapienza. Laboratories that are specialized in different research fields and therefore also use different methodologies, so that they will orient for the choice of their experimental thesis. They will just have a hint of what the research is in a lab, so that they will be able to understand whether they would like to work in that lab for their experimental thesis. So they will have to rotate in 3 different laboratories, 1 week each. So there is not really an examination at the end of this experience. It is just acquired, with what we say in Italian, idoneità. This year we had 13 different laboratories that participated to the laboratory rotation in different departments, so that each student could freely decide which laboratory attend, and also 3 different laboratories in the National Research Council. Okay, in the second year, we have Biochemical Biotechnologies 2, which has to do with the pharmaceutical biotechnologies and with the medical applications of microbial biotechnologies. The other exam in the first semester, second year, is ethical and regulatory aspects of scientific research. This is divided into two modules. In the first bioethics modules, the students will acquire the basis of bioethics. And in regulatory aspects of scientific research, they will get to know the laws that regulates the production and the marketing of drugs in Europe. At this point, all the students will have to choose at least one optional exam within a panel. I'm going to talk about this in the next slide. And they will also have to take a so-called elective exam, esame scelta, that is within the whole teaching offer of Sapienza University, which is 9 credits. Okay. In the second semester of the second year, students will only have a very small but important exam, which is called communication skills, in which they will learn how to write a scientific project, a scientific article, a grant proposal, and also they will also learn how to present scientific data from the language point of view, but also from the graphical point of view of the presentation. During the second year, students will have to start their experimental thesis. So they will have a laboratory placement, at the end of which they will have to write a thesis, experimental thesis in English, and they will have to go through a final examination. Okay, but let's talk about the optional exam. As I said before, the students will have to take one optional exam, at least one optional exam, and they will have to choose it amongst very many exams in this panel. You know, we could collect 9 different topics that we divided into 3 so-called fields. So we have the advanced biochemistry field, in which we have biophysical chemistry and enzyme kinetics. Martino, you should disactivate your microphone. Okay. Then we have a medical and pharmaceutical field, in which we have nanotechnologies, medicinal chemistry, and biochemical and molecular diagnostics. You know, these are also divided into modules, as you can see. And then we also have this functional biochemistry for personalized medicine, which I don't think will be activated next year, really. So I don't think we're going to have this exam next year. Then we have the third field, which is the nutritional and agro-industrial field, in which we have nutritional biochemistry and food biotechnology, sustainable crop protection, and biotechnology applied to environmental remediation. Okay, what we suggest students to do is to take also the elective exam inside this panel. Now let me go back. So the elective exam is 9 credits, but all the exams in the optional panel are 6 credits. So if the student want to choose the elective exam in the optional panel, they will actually have to take 2 exams for a sum of 6 + 6, 12 exams. So basically, in summary, what we suggest the students to do is to choose 3 exams within this panel, so that they will acquire a sort of small specialization in one of these fields. That really will be very nice for them, because we'll give them a biochemical specialization within the biochemistry program. Okay, so let's talk about the laboratory placement for the experimental thesis. You know, this will have to last at least 1 year, about 1 year, and the students will be able to choose a laboratory in Sapienza University or in any other university, but also in public or private research bodies and in labs industries. We have quite a few contacts already with industries like GSK Vaccines in Siena, for instance, or Menarini in Pomezia and others. And we have a sort of an agreement with them so that they are available to host students from our course. But we also have a lot of different contacts in European countries. For instance, in Marseille, in France, Stockholm, in Brussels, and in many other universities from the so-called Civis Alliance, which lists 10 universities all around Europe. And of course, the students will also have the opportunity to apply for an Erasmus Plus thesis abroad. What are the other international opportunities that we're offering? So as I said, we participate to the Civis Alliance, which is made by 10 different European universities. And last year, we ran a so-called biochemistry webinar series from October to November, and then again from February to April, in which we gave the opportunity to students to listen to seminars given by experts in all these different universities. So this was very nice for the students. And next year, we are probably going to have a blended intensive program. We applied for a grant from the Civis Alliance. This program will consist of from 3 to 6 different credits, and it will consist in online teaching during semesters by expert researchers from different countries. And then the students will have the opportunity to have a 5-day summer school in Marseille, France, which will be made by laboratory experience and teaching again. We are presently working, sorry, of course, first of all, I forgot to say that what are the funding opportunities? I mean, so far the funding opportunities, I mean, the money that the student can ask to participate to the international opportunities are mainly the Erasmus Plus program. This year we had 5 students of ours winning a grant, and they are going to do their experimental thesis abroad. And here in Sapienza, the call is out around February, and the deadline is around March, so that the students will have to think about the lab abroad where they would like to go well in advance. But we are going to help them a lot. You know, we had a meeting at the very beginning of the course last year, in which we collected all the different willings from the students, and we tried to get them in contact with different laboratories. And as I said, 5 of them were successful, and they're going to do their thesis abroad. As I said, we also have contacts with Civis University, and we made new bilateral agreements within the Erasmus program. So we have quite a lot of different opportunities. We are working at a multiple degree project, but this is not going to be active next year, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because I think it'll be active the year after. It involves 5 different universities from Marseille, Sapienza, Stockholm University, University of Bucharest, University of Tübingen in Germany. We are going to design an educational path across 3 different universities. So we are going to have the first year in the home university, in which the students will take exams and practicals, and they will transfer in the first semester of second year in the first foreign universities, in which they will again take exams and practicals. And at the end, for the second semester of the second year, they will move to the third university for their experimental thesis. So 3 different universities, and at the end of this program, they will have multiple degrees recognized by the 3 different universities. But they will be able to choose within 5 different universities. So they will have to pick up 3 out of 5 different universities. This is very ambitious, and we're working at it. Okay, so let's talk about the admission requirements. This is a program with accesso a numero programmato, we say in Italian. It means that there are a limited number of places available, 50 different places. 45 places are reserved to European citizens, like Italian and other European citizens, and 5 of them are reserved to extra European community citizens. But if students are scared by this accesso a numero programmato, I want to reassure them, because last year we had 20 students enrolled, so there is a lot of space. So please, if you're interested, apply, and you will surely be admitted. So the bioinformatics, biotechnologies, and biology graduates are automatically admitted to the selection procedure because they have all the requirements. The chemistry students, however, will need to integrate with an extra exam, a 6 credits exam in a bio sector, like bio 1 to 10, 11, 12, and etc. I don't know whether students understand this very well, but these are biochemistry, molecular biology, clinical biochemistry, and so on. But if you don't understand exactly what it means, please write and we'll help you out. But basically it means that normally chemists, once they've got the degree, they haven't got the requirements. They need to take an extra exam. If any chemist student is listening to me, please program this well in advance. Do not wait for the graduation. Just take the exam well in advance. There is an English level requirement, of course. Students will have to certificate an upper intermediate, a B2 level in English, in order to be admitted. However, in the absence of a certification, candidates will be admitted anyway upon evaluation through interview. That means that we are going to ask you to have a chat with us so that we can evaluate your English level. We are going to ask you to read something and translate so that we can make sure that you'll be able to attend the lectures. Okay, the evaluation procedure and the ranking will be made on the basis of the educational path followed by the candidates. So it means that for graduate candidates, the degree grade, the final degree grade will be used for the ranking, but also for students not yet graduated. They will be admitted anyway, even if they're not graduated. And we are going to make the ranking on the basis of the average of exam marks. So this is very important. I think that all students know it, but I'm going to specify it again. Even if students are not yet graduated, they can apply. Okay, they will be admitted, but they will have to graduate by the end of December if they are coming from another university, or by the end of January if they are coming from Sapienza University. Also, other titles like specialization schools, master's diplomas will be used for the ranking. Okay, so I think I've said all the important points I wanted to talk about. You will be able to find all information about the program in Catalogo dei corsi di studio, which is on Sapienza website. Please be sure to select the 2022 year, because you will also find the 2021, which is the last one. So be sure that you select the new year and have a look at the study plan, at the attendance page, and most of all, to the section Apply, where you will find the admission notice, il bando di concorso. For any information, please write to this email address that you will find, of course, in the information, or you can directly write to me, Roberto Contestabile.